All right. So J1S boys, another video. Sunday, April 11th, 2021, night 2 of WWE's Wrestlemania 2021, WrestleMania 37. Night 1 was damn epic. Bianca Belair cashed in her Royal Rumble victory and became the SmackDown Women's Champion. Bobby Lashley retained his World Championship. Braun Strowman shut Shane McMahon up. Cesaro finally got his singles match at WrestleMania and came out victorious. Natalya and Tamina won the rights to challenge for the women's tag team championships tonight. What else? Let me look back at my notes. The New Day. They lost their tag titles to AJ Styles and Omos. And Bad Bunny and Damian Priest shut The Miz and John Morrison up. It's a recap of night 1, but we're talking about night 2. That's going to kick off here in an hour and some. I'm going to give you my predictions. First off, the lineup for tonight is The Fiend versus Randy Orton. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn with special guest Logan Paul. United States Championship match, champion Matt Riddle taking on Sheamus. Intercontinental Championship match, champion Big E taking on Apollo Crews. And I believe was to be a Nigerian drum match. I'll get into that here in a second. Like I said, Natalya and Tamina won the rights to take on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, who are the women's tag champions for the championships. You got the Raw Women's Championship, champion Asuka taking on Rhea Ripley. And then the piece de resistance, which will probably be the main event of the night. You got the big dog, the head of the table champion, Universal Champion, Roman Reigns taking on the Royal Rumble winner, Edge and Daniel Bryan. So let's get into it real quick. It's already been reported that The Fiend and Randy Orton are going to kick off tonight's event. Out the gate, I'm going to go ahead and say that The Fiend is going to win. I kind of hate that it's The Fiend versus Orton. I was really hoping for a Firefly Funhouse match. I think that's going to be coming up soon, possibly, maybe, hopefully. That would be, I love those matches. The John Cena one was epic. But The Fiend versus Randy Orton, I think The Fiend's going to come out on top. I'm not even sure how the whole match is going to play out. It's outside. The fans are there now, so I'm not even sure how that's going to play out, but I'm going to say The Fiend's going to win that. What I think is going to be a damn good match, but not necessarily the match of the night, is Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out. My initial gut is saying that Kevin Owens is going to win, but I think that Kevin Owens has had his WrestleMania moment before, or at least a WrestleMania victory in a singles match, and I'm not sure if Sami Zayn has had that. And I think that Sami Zayn is going to come out victorious in that. The United States Championship match, Riddle versus Sheamus. Riddle's had the title for a good little minute now, and Sheamus has been putting in work, and him and Drew McIntyre put in some hellacious matches over the last month and a half or so, and his body's taking a beating, but he's just been putting in work. And I think I'm not sure if he's ever held the U.S. title, but even so, he hasn't held a single title in a very long time. So I'm thinking Sheamus is going to become U.S. champion tonight. The Intercontinental Championship match with Big E and Apollo Crews. One, let me go on record for saying that this whole Nigerian thing with Apollo Crews, I hate it. Nothing against the whole Nigerian accent and all that, or not Nigerian background and whatnot. That would have been cool if they would acknowledge that early on in his career or his being in the WWE. Like, he did the opposite of Kofi Kingston. When Kofi Kingston first came in, he was a Jamaican, had a Jamaican accent. Now Kofi Kingston didn't have a damn accent at all. But all of a sudden, Apollo Crews has developed a very thick and hard Nigerian accent. Like, like, dude, come on. Vince McMahon is just, I don't know. I want to have a Nigerian accent, Like, come on, Vince. Like, stop, dude. Just let them have that. Let's let him be him. If he's gonna turn heel, let him turn heel and do his thing. But he can still embrace the whole Nigerian heritage and all that. But the whole accent, get fucking rid of it, dude. Like, jeez, I hate it. And I hope Big E comes out on top, because Big E is just entertaining as all get up. This needs to be the match that ends this feud. Big E needs some new competition for the IC title. I say Big E's gonna win that. On to the women's tag team title match. Like I said, Natalya and Tamina won the women's tag team turmoil last night at night 1 to earn the right to take on Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. They've had the women's tag team championships for a long time now, and I think that they're definitely going to take the titles off of them tonight and put it on Natalya and Tamina. I mean, I don't know if they'll be considered second generation or third generation wrestlers, but I mean, they both of them have a very historic lineage in their family of wrestling, and I would love to see both of them with the women's tag team championships. Period. So that's my prediction, is that Natalya and Tamina will win. They'll win, especially if Reginald comes out there with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, because you can see that that's been a whole thing where that Shayna is getting real annoyed with that whole Reginald situation. So, and Nia Jax is too infatuated with him, so that'll be the reason that they lose. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I don't know what they're doing with the Raw Women's Championship. It's like they just don't know what to do with it. Asuka's had it for a very long time. They probably would have did Asuka versus Charlotte, but Charlotte's dealing with COVID. That shit sucks. I know what it's like dealing with it now myself. But for Rhea Ripley to just come in and immediately, I challenge you for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Like, whoa, yeah. I mean, I like Rhea Ripley. She was a beast in NXT and everything, but come on now, just don't come in here demanding championship opportunities and whatnot. Like, it's other people that they could be putting in this spot, but this match is more intriguing than what they had to offer outside of Charlotte and Asuka. So I'll rock with it. Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. I think Asuka's going to come out on top. I think that would be the best thing to do, but I would very much prefer that Asuka retains tonight. That's what I would she wins tonight, but then loses it tomorrow night on Raw. I very much prefer that. And then the main event is going to be Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. Of course, I think Roman Reigns is going to win. Period. That's Vince McMahon's guy, head of the table, the big dog. But if he does lose, he will not take the pinfall. He will not be the one to tap out or anything like that. So, quick rundown. I say the Fiend's going to win. I say Sami Zayn's going to win. I say Sheamus is going to become U.S. champion. I say Big E's going to retain. I say Natalya and Tamina are going to become tag team champions. I say Asuka's going to retain. And I personally say Roman Reigns is going to win, but I can see him losing. So I'm looking forward to WrestleMania Night 2. I'll be doing a little recap video later. And y'all stay tuned. Y'all enjoy night 2. Y'all be safe. I'm out. All right. Welcome back to the J1S Boys. It's another video. Recap of WrestleMania Night 2. Today is Monday, April 12th, 2021. We are a matter of minutes away. It's about, 7:10? So we are literally about 50 minutes away from the night after WrestleMania Raw episode, which is, anybody who knows wrestling, is a very big episode. Sorry about the lighting, y'all. I'm still trying to work on this lighting. This window behind me is really killer, making a big glare on my glasses and whatnot. But night 2 was just as good, if not better, than night 1. Kicked off with Randy Orton versus The Fiend. Originally, I had said that I predicted The Fiend was going to win. I was completely wrong about that. Surprising, Randy Orton won, but it was due to a distraction from Alexa Bliss to The Fiend. Like, I don't know what happened with her. Like, she emerged from the structure that The Fiend arrived in, which is like a big old Jack in a Box looking type thing. She had a crazy head crown on her that was just spewing out black liquid running down her face and everything, and it was like a major distraction for The Fiend. And Randy Orton capitalized, hit him with the RKO, and got the 1-2-3. So it's gonna be interesting to see where that storyline goes here tonight. Hopefully they pick up talking about it. Let's see. The Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match, damn good match. I knew it was gonna be great because Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn always put on a good show. Best friends always somehow end up putting on a great match in the ring, whether they're working together, but especially if they're going against each other. I said Sami Zayn was going to win that. I was wrong. Kevin Owens got his WrestleMania moment. Logan Paul was sitting ringside. I don't even know who the hell Logan Paul is, besides the fact that he's a YouTuber or something. He's got a brother named Jake Paul. I mean, other than that, I don't know who the hell the guy is, but it was a damn good match. Kevin Owens won that. You got the Matt Riddle versus Sheamus for the U.S. title match. I predicted Sheamus was going to win. I got me one right for night 2. That was a damn good match, surprisingly. I mean, Matt Riddle seems like he's getting better and better in the ring, and Sheamus, the veteran he is just still put on a show, especially for the last 2 months or so. He's just been putting on shows every time he gets in the ring that's just very memorable. Like I said, Sheamus won that. It was a damn good match. Matt Riddle ended the match with a busted mouth from, I believe, taking a brogue kick straight to the mouth off a springboard moonsault. Go back and watch it. It was a damn good match. Then you got the Apollo Crews versus Big E for the Intercontinental Championship. I said Big E was going to retain because, 1 is WrestleMania, 2, it was in his home town. I was wrong about that. Apollo Crews won. In a Nigerian drum match, which is basically like an anything goes type of match, and they got objects set up around the ring for you to beat the hell out of your opponent with. But of course, Apollo Crews didn't win it clean. He won it with some help. Anybody who pays attention to NXT, there's a wrestler on there named Daba Kato. Big guy. He's got to be close to 7 feet tall. He's got dreads. He came in the ring. He had on like a general's type of jacket, like a military general jacket or something like that. He knocks out Big E and pulls Apollo over top of him, and he gets the 1-2-3, and we got a new IC champ. So that's how that turned out. Looking forward to Friday to see how this feud plays out and storyline goes. The women's tag match turned out being Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler taking on Natalya and Tamina, who won in night 1, to the opportunity to go against Nia and Shayna for the tag titles. I said that Natalya and Tamina were going to go on to win. Wrong about that. Nia Jax and Shayna retain. They keep the belts around them for I don't know how long now. But I mean, you got to think eventually they're going to drop those titles. They've held them for a very long time. I was very surprised they didn't give it to Natalya and Tamina. Maybe just not right now. Maybe not ever. I don't know. But no big highlights to me from that match. Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. I said Asuka was going to retain. I was wrong about that as well. Like, Rhea Ripley had her amazing WrestleMania moment. I mean, she comes in debuting on the main roster and immediately challenges Asuka for the title at WrestleMania. Asuka accepts because Asuka always thinks nobody is ready for her. The match was pretty decent. There's a little choppiness here and there, but not a whole lot. But Rhea Ripley, the powerhouse that she is, she gets her WrestleMania moment. She gets the 1, 2, 3, and she's the new Raw Women's Champion. So we'll be seeing what her brutality era of the Women's Champion is like tonight. And then finally, you got the Universal Championship, Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. I'm not the biggest fan of triple threat matches, but this match right here was damn good all the way around. I mean, I honestly don't know what truly to say. I mean, it was just damn good. Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. One of the biggest highlights of the match was Edge had Roman Reigns in a crippler's crossface, and then Daniel Bryan comes back in and stops Roman Reigns from about to tap out. He grabs his arm and puts him in the yes lock. So now Roman Reigns is in the yes lock and the crippler crossface at the same time. No way to tap out. And while he's in the crippler crossface, there's a piece of a chair that broke off a bar. Edge takes that and puts it right in between Roman Reigns' jawline, and he's rearing back on that. So that was a hell of a hold to be put in at one time. Edge and Daniel Bryan go back and forth, headbutting each other, trying to break the hold and everything. Of course, Jey Uso got involved early on in the match. It almost seemed like a tag team match, but eventually Edge takes him out, and he goes being carried back to the back. So then it's truly a triple threat. What else? What were some other major highlights of that match? One thing I could see coming. I mean, Roman, like I said, Roman Reigns retained. I was right about that. So on the night in general of night 2, I went 2-5. Overall for WrestleMania, I went 7-7. So I broke even on the whole predictions of WrestleMania. Tonight is night 2. Oh no, I'm sorry. Tonight is the night after WrestleMania. I'm tripping. Tonight is the night after WrestleMania, which is one of the bigger nights of Raw and SmackDown. And I'm looking forward to seeing if anybody debuts or returns, or whatever new storylines they're going to try to input. And hopefully they bring some new storylines, because I'm getting tired of the same old, same old. I'm getting really tired of the same old, same old. So tonight's going to be epic. Those are my recaps from night 2. Like I said in the video before this, you saw my predictions. Like I said, on night 2, I went 2-5. Overall, WrestleMania weekend entirely, I went 7-7. You know, breaking even. I'll take that. Wish I could have did better, but I'll take that. Yeah, I mean, just stay tuned. I'm gonna have a lot more to discuss: wrestling, football, all that. You know, gonna be doing some more videos like this. One half of the J1S Boys, man, D.Jones. Y'all be safe and y'all enjoy wrestling tonight. I'm out.